Živjo and welcome back to my channel. And today we are doing what I was reading in January 2023. And I didn't read a lot, I think just 3 or 4 books, but let's find out what they are. So the first book, it's called Christmas on 13th Floor, and it's very short. Basically, just by this cover, you could never guess what it is until you start reading it. It's short and very steamy book, which I didn't expect, like I said, from the cover. Basically, it's about the workplace in a big company. I mean, yeah, I kind of added the pictures, right? Presley works for a very rude and arrogant boss that just loves to tease her, and Roman, the boss, is a complete jackass. He knows it, and he loves being that way. He just loves to get under her skin. Also, Presley is his PA, or that means like personal assistant. Presley didn't realize that she could actually like her boss and that she kind of wants to please him, but please him in a way of doing a good job, right? For him to see that she's really working hard and all that. But a friend or a co-worker, when she talked with her, kind of made her realize that perhaps she doesn't want to be like, how should I say it, for him to say to her, good job, but that she is more into praise kink, right? And then she kind of started to get thinking about it, and yeah, she just might be. So Roman gives her a task to prepare a plan for a party at the company, which everyone that works there will be going. And as much as she did not want to go, he made her because she is his PA and she needs to be there with him. But he also bought her a dress because he knew that she wouldn't have any time to go shopping because he gave her a big task to do. So when the time for the party came, they found themselves alone in an elevator, and it all starts from there. Things just get steamy in the elevator, and yeah. Basically, it's a short book, straight to the point. It was okay. The second book, Midnight Library. I heard a lot of things about this book, and I see the hype, and I kind of do like it. Actually, I do like it. Basically, it's a beautiful journey. It kind of reminds me of The Alchemist that I read, because it's a journey, basically, right? But this is a different one. It's a beautiful journey of not giving up on life. Nora was extremely depressed after having hit rock bottom in her life, losing her job, her cat died, and her brother hasn't spoken to her in a long time. She felt like she didn't matter in this life, and that no one would miss her when she was gone. So instead of dying, she found herself in between a life and death. Like she ended up in a purgatory, which is the Midnight Library. In this library, she has a guide and many books to choose life. It's basically like what would happen if I made this decision, or I did this, or I chose this path. Basically, all these books could be the lives if she chose these paths, these choices. For example, like if she continued swimming, getting married to Dan, being in a rock pop band, accepting the coffee date with Ash. How would life look like if she made different choices and erased the regrets in her life? So she went exploring, and more books that she lived in her life, she more truly wanted to live, no longer desired to die. She wanted a second chance to live again, to continue her life, and now she got a different view of how to go on with her life. And I really liked it. This is a really good book. Kind of I do want to know what kind of a choice she would make, like in the end, and how her life would go on, but I think just the journey to look at life a bit different. When you hit, how was it said? When you hit rock bottom, that's the lowest that you can go. now the only way is up, right? I like it. I do recommend this book. Well, confess, I have a lot of books of this author. How do you call her name? Colleen Hoover? Colleen Hoover? Basically, it's good. It was okay. But I kind of, so far by the books that I read, she focuses way too much on men to be perfect. And kind of I don't know, like she doesn't care about the female. Even though the female is supposed to be the main character. And I was on booktube, how you could say it, and many people say that men that are written by women, they make them so perfect that they completely ignore the female. Even though the same what I wanted to say here, they're supposed to be the main character, right? And they're like, their personality is not so good. They're like damsel in distress. They don't know what to do. Like he's the only one who can pick them up. Like, come on. I hope I will not find all those type of books and to find a bit stronger type of females. So if you have any recommendation, please tell me. So, but this book is an interesting story with connection. I don't know if I'm going to say her name right. It's Auburn. Basically, she lost her first love at 15 years old to illness and left her pregnant. Not cool, but yeah. Things are hard for her with her job and she can't spend a lot of time with her son because of Lydia, and she's extremely unfair towards our girl. She meets a guy at the art studio and he needs her help with selling his art and offers her a job. And the way he makes his art is by confessions, basically. Let's say people write a confession, a little sticky note or something, and just leave it at his studio, and if he's inspired, he's gonna make an art out of it. And Owen, the dude, already knows her, and he never confesses that to her. They get to know one another, but there are obstacles in their way. Owen's dad and Trey, the son of Lydia, and the brother of her first love, Adam. He is a cop and is using his power to get what he wants. Auburn finally gets a backbone and starts to fight back to get her son and blackmailing Trey just like what he did to her and Owen. She won custody of her son and Owen is free of charges, and now they are starting their new life together. It's pretty good. It was not that bad. It's just, for goodness sake, women, start writing good females. She doesn't need to change the dudes, because the men that she writes, they're always like, sometimes they're just too perfect. Except for Trey. I hate him. I don't think anyone likes him. Apparently there's another book that she wrote, which I got it. I just haven't read it yet. There's another character that is extremely hateful. What I've seen on Pinterest about it and on booktube. And this is the last book that I read in January. I'm not Eve. My name is Lilith. It's an interesting book. Don't mind this. The reason why that is so low is because it's strange. I was lost how it was written and I got confused because of it. This needs to be read, I think, like 2 times to understand it completely. It talks about how free religion came to be. So basically Christianity, Islam, and Jewish. That Eve was, and also talks that Eve was not the first wife of Adam, who is Lilith. It's fiction, so don't take it 100%. I mean, don't believe it 100% in everything that you read about it. But there are some good points and something that I have been thinking about it as well, even though I am Christian. For example, like being equal to each other, man and woman, how feminism came to be, and why there is a woman misogyny. So basically, why can't women get along? Who is Eve, and was it all her fault for eating the forbidden fruit? What is the truth? I was confused again. I'm saying this. I was really confused. Not exactly the story. I was confused how the characters were written. I always had to think, wait, was it talking about this guy or this girl? But there are mostly guys there. And basically, it's like an archangel was in disguise of a human. Now, as a human name was, I don't know, Hugo, I believe. and the angel was Joseph. And then it just keeps switching the names, and I had to constantly think, who are you talking about? And then, of course, there are other characters in there, and that just got me lost. I just got lost. So every time I was reading, I had to reread again to understand it. It has good points. It was okay. I understand the wrath of Lilith and why she was so angry and why she wanted revenge. What happened to her? It was okay. It was okay. So yeah, that was all of the books that I was reading in January. I'm already reading my second book in February, which I'll be talking about it next month. But yeah, I think it was a good read. I enjoyed the books that I was reading, and if you do read books yourself, do recommend them down below in the comments. And I hope to see you in my next video. Have a great day, great week, great month. Bye!